Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. I am here on Little Mountain Country. This is a new mod map out by LS Schleswig Holstein. 208.53 megabytes download. This does have 14 required mods that will download automatically. They total 159.11 megabytes, just to add on, bringing you up to what, 367 megabyte total download. Now, the map looks like this. On Reffarmer, we start with some plots of land, which is very nice. This is a peculiar one. There's a few bits on here that made me go, oh. You'll see. You do start with some plots of land. You start here at the main farm. This is the only farm on the map. There is a big placeables area I'll show you later on, so you can add, and there's fields and stuff you can build and buy and do whatever you like, landscape and that kind of stuff. But you don't own the farm at the start. You don't own it. You start there. All your machinery and equipment is at the vehicle store, waiting for you to collect. Which, I mean, that's happened before on maps, and sometimes you don't start with a farm, or you don't start with a sleep trigger or something like that. But yeah, you don't own the farm that you're starting on. I'm going to put some money in. People have been asking me, actually, when I say that on my map tools, I'm going to put some money in. How do I do that? I use the government subsidy signs. I'll put some government subsidy signs on a plot of land that's already owned on Reffarmer, put them in, speed up time past the hour so you get the money in, and then I'll just go from there. If it's a map where I've been around already and I don't actually need that much money to show you things, then what I would normally do is borrow money from the bank instead, which I might do in this case. I think that'll be enough for what we got just to borrow from the bank, because there's not a lot of things I need to buy as we go around to show you. I would only do that if there's plots of land and things like that. When we get that down to the bottom section of the map, I'm going to use build mode. I'm going to throw the drone up to show you a couple of bits, and I'll explain why down there. But we've got a few sell points and stuff to get around. Field prices are I guess fairly standard. We've got some small and medium fields. I wouldn't say we've got any huge fields on here. Plot 68 for 496 grand is one of the bigger ones. I suppose we've got a couple of big fields there at 376 and 364, and then we've got down from there sort of medium and smaller fields. This one here's got fencing around it, I think 39 as well. These are grass fields. I did check them for full pastures. They're not, they're just open fields. And we do have 4 additional crops. We have got millet, triticale, spelt and field grass on here. As you can see, we've got different colours. If I go across one on the right hand side for crop types, you'll see them there: field grass, millet, triticale, spelt. They are all crops. Even the field grass, that's a crop. All of those can be planted or seeded using a seeder, and they can all be harvested using a regular harvester header. So I'm going to put some money in, and then I'm going to buy the farm. I'm going to show you around everything that's here at the farm. Then I'm going to jump over to the store, and we'll do the map tour from the store. I'll get a pickup, and we'll be able to whiz around a little bit quicker to show you all that. Actually, no, before we do that, mods put in. So in addition to the required mods, I have listed them in the description. I'm not going to read them all out. So there's 14 of them, but they are listed in the description for the video, and they download automatically anyway. But added in by the map maker under sheds. If we scroll to the end there, we've got a couple there added in on top of the required mods. If we go to silos, the same there. We've got a few added in. This one on the end here is a Farmer 400 silo, but it's got a 5 million litre capacity. The standard version that is normally 400,000 litres. That's 5 million, and it's multi-fruit. And then under, what was next? Under containers, we've got these 3 out here. And then we've got under tools, I think it was tools. Yep, we've got a weigh station and jet wash. Under factories, now I did, on my sort of whiz round to check the map, I did buy up a lot of the factories and production chains just to check. As far as I can tell, all of these that are modded so they fit onto the map. I couldn't see anything obvious about the productions that had them doing anything over and above what the standard ones do. The recipes might be a little bit different, but nothing that was kind of glaringly obvious for cycles per month or recipe. So as far as I can tell, it's just tweaked enough on here so they fit onto the map, I think, is what's been done with those. Then we've got under painting. So there's nothing under animals. Again, nothing over and above the required mods. But if we go to our landscaping and under painting, we've got a few extra paint textures. So we've got the concrete kind of cobbly stones, and we've got a load of extra kind of textures with cobbles and paving slabs and plates and things a little bit further out. So that's added in. Like I said, I'm going to put some money in now and then we will continue. That should cover it. So if we go back into here and up to the top, then the farm itself, 462,571. As soon as I buy the plot and do that and that, you'll see loads of extra triggers pop up. Yeah, there's something else to say about this. I'll show you in a second once I've shown you around. We'll go around and have a look. You can sell all the buildings, all the stuff on this plot. Everything can be sold. Like I said, slot count on all 3 game modes is 1,404. So what I did was I sold all the buildings on this plot and I sold all the vehicles and machinery, and I got the slot count down to 1,092. I'll show you a screenshot now of what this farm area looked like. And obviously from that you can see that all the trees and stuff are still there. So as far as it goes with placing new things down, it'll be within the parameters of what you can fit down. Unless of course you want to cut down trees, you know, use a mulch or something to get rid of them. Anyway, all of that being said, we have got, well, we've got a dog kennel just here. Rudolph, the dog. Sleep trigger at this side of the building with wardrobe trigger around the back of the building. Just there. And then we've got, because this is the half timbered farm building, this comes with a silo built in. This is a 400,000 litre silo. It's standard crop types, but it has got the additional crops added in, so standard plus. So it does the triticale, spelt, millet and field grass in here, but other than that it's not a multi-fruit silo or anything like that. I don't think we've got a workshop trigger on this bit here. No, we haven't. So we come through now to the other side. Chickens, this will do 47 chickens, an interesting amount, but open chicken coop, 47 chickens. 15,000 litre fuel tank, which can be filled up from the end. And then again, part of the required mods, we've got the 2 feed mixers. We've got one for cows for total mix ration, and we've got one for pig food, just here. We've got manure heaps. There's two manure heaps, one here for the cows and one for the pigs. We've got 2 large cow barns, 200 cows in each, so quick maths, 400 cows in total. I know, it's impressive stuff, isn't it? And that was without a calculator as well. I'm firing on all cylinders today. So, if we carry on a bit further, we've got a large slurry tank just there, jet wash here, and then we've got the second manure heap there, because we've then got the modern pig pen, pigsty, well, pig pen. This one will do 460 pigs. Then we've got a bale and pallet storage around here. The bale and pallet storage does 750 bales or pallets. There are 100 collectibles. I don't know if you've seen any already. There are some that are glaringly obvious as we go around, but there are 100 to collect. And I don't know if you've heard as well, there are jets that are flying by. I don't know if people will find that annoying or not. I quite like it, but you know, it's maybe not for everyone. We've got a fertiliser tank there, 60,000 litres of fertiliser can be put into that. And then we've got the modded 5 million litre multi-fruit silo at the back there, the Farmer 400 right out the back. But part of the land we just bought has this wind turbine on it. And here's where things get a little bit curious. I'll show you now. We've still got a couple of buildings, I think it's just a couple of sheds to look at. And then we'll jump over to the main store. So, as I said, if you want to remove buildings, what normally happens in game, when you sell a building, you'll sell it for half its value. So if you've placed it, when you sell a building, you'll get half its value back. So as you sell the buildings, you'll make a bit of money as you sell them. Not huge amounts necessarily, depends how much they're worth. So I thought, I'll clear all this. So I did. And what is cool is, if you buy this plot of land, that wind turbine, if I go into build mode and we go to demolish, That wind turbine is on your land. So if you click on that now to demolish, do you want to sell the wind energy converter for 600 grand? So you can either leave it there and that will generate you income. That will chug away and that will generate you income. That is one of the required mods. Or you can sell it for 600,000. So if you need a bit of money, you can. But here's where it gets weird with the buildings. And I couldn't understand how my money had gone down. So watch. Do you want to sell the pigsty for minus 120,000? It's not adding money in. That's going to take away 182 grand from me. I'm being charged for removing it. And because on all 3 game modes you start with all the buildings, if you do want to, I'll show you. If I remove that building, that's now taking my money down by 182 grand. So I haven't gained any money, I've lost money. So yeah, if you come on here and think, well actually no, I don't want all these buildings, you're actually going to lose money removing them. I don't think I've come across that before. I understand the concept of, you have to pay a company to come in to demolish the building, or you could take it that, well, I'm taking it up, I'm having that building taken down sensibly and carefully so it could be rebuilt elsewhere, and then obviously there's, so yeah, I don't know, it's a weird one. So that's just something to be aware of. It was one of those accidental things. I thought, I'll check and see if I can get the slot count down. And yeah, I was charged for removing buildings, so just be aware of that. Anyway, lastly, on our tour as we go around, we have got a seed and mineral feed tank there, 27,300 litres, and we've got 2 large barn/sheds just here. And that's the main farm. Like I say, that's the only farm on the map. I have sort of scoured around to see if I could find any more farm plots that might have some on. There's a lot of really nice detail. I like the lighting, the colour palette's good, the texturing looks really good. It's an interesting map. So anyway, we'll jump across to the vehicle shop and we'll go from there. I have purchased a pickup, or not purchased, but leased a pickup. As you can see, this is the reset point. Well, not you can see, this is where the vehicles will spawn when you buy them, but this is the reset point as well. So we're at the vehicle store with workshop trigger around the side, and all of our start machinery is here. There is a fuel tank and a jet wash just over there as well. So what I'll do, I'll go into this menu and I'll show you. I won't read it all out, but this is all the equipment you start with, all the equipment and machinery, and all of that is all in here, waiting to be collected. You've purchased it all. It's been bought here from various different places, and you can gather it all up and take it all out. So your ploughs, your cultivators, your forage wagon, fertilizer spreader, your grass equipment, baler, spoiler alert, your sprayer, trailer, your 2 tractors, tanker, it's all here, and your harvester. But don't worry, the harvester will go out the door. I tried, it does fit. You can get your harvester out of here. But like I said, you can remove all that if you want to and start with different equipment. So the route round we're going to take is an interesting one. I'm going to take it simply because some of the bits you've got like one-way systems and things, but also you've got these huge raised, almost like berms across the map. I'll show you on the map as we go. So you've got this whole section here. Now this section across here is a raised road. So you've got this huge raised berm across there. When we get to this end, we've got another one here with the dual carriageway as well running along here, which it's a really nice feature. I like it. It may frustrate people, and I'll explain when we get there. So, out from here, we have got the next required mod download, but production chain point is fish farming. So we've got fish farming right next door. I think this is the only one I'm going to purchase. I think it's the only one I need to purchase, just to show you it. It's a mod. I don't often, the mods are there. They're available to have a look at anyway. But if you buy that for 150 grand, all you need here for the fish on this one is corn and mineral feed, and then you can get fishes. You don't need pallets or anything like that. Just those, and then you get your boxes of fish that can be taken and sold. Happy days. From here, we'll just always round out of the back. We've got a grain mill, which is just there. Production chain, sell point, until you buy it. Once you bought it, then it's a production chain. But a lot of places, if you get contracts, you will get contracts to the various different sell points, and even when you own them, sometimes you still get them. Now, this is where things, this has got, I went the wrong way, and I suddenly thought I'll get in trouble. That's got no entry sign, so it's one way. But there, we've got supermarket centre, that sell point there. Then next to it, here, we've got supermarket. So supermarket centre and supermarket sell point. I'll go around the right way. It's a little bit of backwards and forwards, but it's alright. We'll turn in this way, because it's... That wasn't me just hitting the curb, surely. Wow, okay, be aware of that. So if we turn in here, one-way system. We've got Aunt Emma's sell point just there. We've got the cafe just there. The cafe is a production chain, and that one does... Actually, have I got enough to buy that? I think I have. I'll do this one as well. Oh, that was what I was going to say. That collectible there, you can't get it. Because if you buy the production chain for 26 grand, and then you come to it says manage, I've tried crouching, I've tried everything, so that one you won't be able to get, I don't think. Yeah, so the cafe here, you can do your bakery items, but you can also do dairy items here. So again, that's a required mod, but just to show you that you can do multiple things at that particular production chain. Next door to that, we've got sugar mill. Now that one, as you can see, that's converted because that's a brick building. The sugar mills aren't usually. Just check on my list. Yeah, there we go. Sugar mill, and then we come back out the one-way system. That's how I went the wrong way around. And I thought, yeah, I'll get letters. So back out to the road and continuing. It's very neatly laid out, very tidy. It's interesting, like I said before, when I talk about maps and say there's a gritty realism to it, I find the maps that have got a bit of rubbish and detritus and that kind of stuff around, sometimes it can be too much and you go, oh yeah, but you know, would there really be this much rubbish everywhere? And I'll tell you now, you go around a lot of farms, drive around the countryside in the UK, not all farms are pristine and immaculate. You know, you do get that, and that adds that kind of gritty realism. Like, you know, this is a lovely map with a lovely feel, and it's got a nice realistic feel, but there's no rubbish. I mean, it's very tidy. That's the best way I can describe it. Now, bear in mind the cafe has got the bakery options. We do have behind it, we've got a little bakery here tucked away. Standard production chain. That's your bakery. There's lots of these little lanes and roads and things that lead. It was difficult trying to work out a route that would take everything in as efficiently as possible. So carrying on, the bells are quite loud at the church. If you get too close or you stay close than too long. As we continue down the road, we've got two gas stations competing with each other on opposite sides of the road, or it could be the same company. They just decided to put one opposite. You sometimes find that on motorways and dual carriageways, but it's unusual to have it on a main road like this. So I'm saying they're competing. Two gas stations. There's a little kind of lake that runs down the side here. I don't think it's a river. It runs all the way. I think it's just a lake. You get to the bottom, and you'll see one of these huge earthwork berm hill type things ahead of us. And there's that little lake that I was talking about. It's very picturesque. It's very nice. I'm not saying it's not you know, a picturesque or nice map. I'm just saying, you know, there's a difference between picturesque, clean and tidy, picturesque, gritty realism. You know. Up here we've got a hotel. This is a sell point. Very nice little hotel. It's little. I wouldn't mind having a house that big, to be honest with you. Hotel sell point just there. And we swing around to a cluster, and we've got a couple of clusters of sell points on this map. So we turn in here. We have got the sell point BD. So this is a main kind of cooperative-esque type thing. So BD sell point just there. Directly ahead of us, we've got the oil mill with its requisite bits and bobs. We've got a second sugar mill. Now that's a required mod one, so that's a sugar mill just there. Again, production chain that can be purchased. As we come around the side, we've got a lime station just there. Over the back there is, was that cereal factory? Yep, cereal factory over the back. And then the next required mod is this one here. This is a biogas 60 kilowatt. Once purchased, it's a standard, fairly standard biogas plant. But that's a 60 kilowatt. And then we've got carpentry next door. Now I have, when I did my prep on here, I had the platinum expansion enabled, and that's a standard carpentry. That's a point. Isn't it weird? The absence of something isn't always obvious. So we have got a forest here, and there's a little bit up here. There's no sawmill. I'm just looking down my notes thinking, when I went round, did I miss it? I don't think there is one. No. So you might need to put one in. Anyway, yeah, that's the carpentry. So, yeah, it was standard carpentry. I was just going to say, and the sawmill, but I didn't find one. That's not to say you can't use platinum expansion, you can't put platinum expansion sawmills and things on. Of course you can do that on any map, but just saying. So, then just on the road here, we've got the agricultural fair. This is the sell point where you can sell everything, including bales and lumber and production chain things and whatever you want. So agricultural fair sell point just here. We're going to take a quick whiz through here under the bridge, because this is where the large placeables point is, build point, just here, and it is huge. So if you want to build a completely new farm, entire industrial complex, whatever you want to do, plenty of room, nice and flat. Or if you want and think, well, actually I'm not going to use it, you can just grass the whole lot, or plough it, or do whatever you want. Do what you like, it's your map once you're on it. So, carrying on here, we're going to take the next left. Past a few roadworks going on. And down here. On our left coming up, we have got the dairy. There's quite a few gas stations in this map, I suddenly realised. Dairy to our left, gas station to the right. I have on my notes, turn left first. So left here, just to make sure I don't go the wrong way, and turn in here. So we've got another biogas plant. This is a 500 kilowatt, I think. Now, this is also something to be aware of. Large area, and as I've said on maps, you often find, or you sometimes find, you can either buy the land and not the biogas plant, so you can do stuff on it if you want to, or if you buy the land, you can then remove, add in silage clamps, that kind of stuff. Oftentimes when you buy the biogas plant, you get the land with it. Now, this is one of the ones that doesn't do that. The land, and I'll show you where we are. So we started off here, well, went over to here to the store. We started at the main farm. So we took in these sale points, did the one-way loop round there, and then did the bakery. Then we came round here and down past the two competing gas stations, up here to the hotel, and then round that cluster of sale points and production chains. We then came out past the agricultural fair and nipped in there to have a look at the placeables point, down past the dairy gas station. Oh, did I miss that on the way past? I did, I'm so sorry. I'll show you that in a moment. So we're here. Now this plot of land here, 87, is 1,459,920. So when I say about field prices not being too bad, that plot's expensive. So I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. I assume then if you buy that, you'll get the biogas plant with it. Nope, that's just for the land. The biogas plant, 1,180,000. So then I thought, oh, okay. So if you buy that, you'll get the land. You might get a bit of a deal there because the land's more expensive than the biogas plant. So off camera, I bought the biogas plant. Nope. You get the biogas plant, you don't get the land. So both of those are separate. You can buy the biogas plant, you can utilise it, but if you want the land, that is separate. So it's quite an expensive proposition. Out from here. Sorry, I went hooning past and didn't point out the Restaurant Hanson, which is actually just here, so I haven't got to go too far. There you go, Restaurant Hanson. Sell point, just there. This is where I'm going to chuck the drone up, and I shall explain why. Because while I was doing my prep, I drove out there, thought, okay, well, I'll just drive out, and sometimes I'll see you back here in a moment. When we go to the map, this dual carriageway has got barriers either side of it. The only crossing point over there is this bridge here. So when you go across that bridge, I was driving all the way out to here to show you those, then all the way around there to show you that, then come down and all the way out there to show you those, and then that one, then all the way back. So I thought, you know what, it's going to be quicker and easier, let's throw the drone up. So let's say that for some people. Now you might think, well, I might not ever go down there, but you might buy fields down there. It might be you take on a contract, and the actual delivery point for the contract might be out there. So it's a bit of a schlep, but it's up to you. So let's get the drone in the air. So we'll whiz up here, and this is another one. We go over the top of the dual carriageway. And I'll show you the dual carriageway while we're here. Like I say, it's very nice, barriers either side. So I thought maybe you could take out a couple of fences. We've got bridges that span rivers and gaps and things, but we don't have like a bridge, you know, a raised bridge you can put over. I mean, you can build sides up and you can maybe add some more if you wanted to. But anyway, yeah, there's your dual carriageway. And we come down the other side. And if we whiz all about this way, it's definitely quicker doing like this. We've got another one of the sort of larger cooperative sell points. This is EQ. So we've got the EQ sell point just here. And then we've got another lime station just there. And we follow the road round to come back on ourselves, which brings us across this lovely pond here. Round the other side, if you want to do a bit of fishing. And we've got another gas station just here. So that's out to the southeast. Now if we go out to the southwest, so like I say, it's a bit of a drive, but so we come all the way back around there and we follow it all the way out to the other side. I'll cut straight across here. The road goes up and around, and the landscapes, I like the change in elevation. I like that having the bridges and raised sections and lowered sections, and some fields the access points are up on the higher sections. It's really nice. So over here, another large cooperative style sell point. This one is TG. So we've got BD, EQ, this is TG, and then we've got a lime station. So lime station is just here at the back, and the TG sell point is just there. Again, nice little pond. It's a lovely place. It's very nice indeed. And then it'll be all the way back over that central bridge. Gas station just there as well. So we've got another one this side. What's that, 5? Is there 5 gas stations? Just I thought, is there a crossing point there? It's not, it just goes around behind the buildings now. So back along until we get back to the raised section over the bridge. And back down to the pickup. There you go. So, that's the bottom section of the map. From here, we'll just tuck in here and around the back. We have got the animal dealer. So our animal dealer point is just here. With the animal dealer sell point, again Bale type related things, is round the back here. Just there. So animal dealer and animal dealer sales. If we cross directly across the road, here we've got the tailor shop. Right next door we've got the spinnery. I'm now racking my brains thinking, did I miss the sawmill? There's not one. I'm sure there's not. You can put that on that big placeballs point if you want. Then we come to the last of the main sell points. Another sort of largish facility. This is the grain mire. And there's a lime station here as well. So grain mire sell point. Lime station just here. And then back out onto this road. Now if we follow this road and keep going, this road will bring us all the way back round to the main farm where we started. Now I'm going to just stop again just to double check. So we're now currently sat here. So we came back across the bridge, we've taken these points here, this point here, and we're here. So that road goes all the way down, swings all the way around there. Hang on. Oh no, I was going to say, I was saying for all, maybe you need to buy the forest. Actually, how much is that? 1,418,670. Is there in the middle of that a sawmill? You know what? Let's go and double check. Just for my own, you know, haven't got 1 million. I suppose I could put some government subsidy signs in. We could skip ahead just past the hour if we need to buy it. It could be in amongst all that, couldn't it? If I just drive in through the trees, what do you reckon? Let's do it. It looks like something's in there, but whoa. Oh no, it's just a pond. It's a pond in the middle. Wow, animal noises are loud. No, it's not. It's just the forest. So I thought, oh, there's a shed outside and there's a building out here, but that's just a shed opposite the farm. Back through the hedge. Down there onto the road. Yeah, there's a shed opposite just there. And you get that as part of the farm, so that shed there is on the plot you buy. So you've got open shed space over there as well. And that's the map. We're back at the farm again. Like I say, there are some quirks. There are some peculiarities to this one. Something to be aware of. A few things to be aware of. But all in all, it's a nice map. So that's Little Mountain Country by LS Schleswig Holstein. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.